people are not going to stand by and let this unjust go by. That we can't sweep anything, we can't sweep any of these crimes under the rug anymore.
That was the father of Trayvon Martin, the Florida teen killed in Sanford by a neighborhood watch captain. Tonight, we'll hear from his family as they march in New York in his honor. That story just ahead, but first, today a Valdosta teenager dies at the hands of his own homemade explosive. Eyewitness News reporter Greg Goldberg tells us what happened. William Lane's body is being taken to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation Crime Lab in Macon for an autopsy. City commissioners in Sanford, Florida have voted no confidence in their police chief following the death of 17-year-old Trayvon Martin. This vote comes as the teen's parents spoke to a crowd of supporters in New York City who want justice for the family. Manuel Gallegos reports. Martin was not armed when he was shot. Florida Governor Rick Scott and federal civil rights leaders have opened investigations into the shooting. Meantime, the Florida Civil Rights Association wants George Zimmerman's gun permit revoked. They, the NAACP, and a crowd of hundreds gathered in Sanford today to rally in support for the family. They also asked the community to share stories of discrimination by the Sanford Police Department. They plan to submit those testimonies to the Department of Justice, which is already investigating Sanford PD. Hundreds had their say and joined the call to pull Zimmerman's gun license.
We believe that the general population is in peril and in danger with Mr. Zimmerman. Already have shown himself to be irrational and irresponsible. We believe he's forfeited his rights to legally possess and carry a firearm.
Pastor Leonard believes Zimmerman still has the gun that killed Martin. And Black state lawmakers are calling for a special prosecutor to investigate Martin's death. State Senator Chris Smith says the case has gotten so hairy that only an outside prosecutor could do a fair job investigating the shooting.
I think this case has grown big enough that maybe we need an independent person to go down there and look at whether this person should be prosecuted or not.
Smith is also calling for a bipartisan legislative committee to review Florida's Stand Your Ground law. The 2005 law allows people to use deadly force instead of trying to get away if they feel that their life is threatened. The city of Quincy hits rock bottom. Those words come straight from one Quincy city commissioner. They're trying to dig the town out of a huge pile of debt. Eyewitness News reporter James Buckley joins us in studio with a breakdown of just how deep that debt really is. Hey, James. All right, thank you, James. Tallahassee police say they're now waiting for toxicology reports for answers in a deadly crash that killed 2 little boys. On Saturday, officers say Christoph Generoso ran a red light at the intersection of Monroe and Tennessee. He rear-ended an SUV carrying 2 elementary school students. They died, and so did the mother, Shaquilla Vickers. The father, Vince Vickers, is still recovering from his injuries at Tallahassee Memorial Hospital. Yesterday, the Vickers family hired an attorney to represent them in a civil suit and to find out why Generoso has not yet been arrested.
What we are asking is that the community understands that in a crash of this magnitude, that we give our investigators or allow our investigators the time to process all the evidence, go through everything that they are going through, witness statements, all of those things that add up to make the case, and so that we can present a full and thorough investigation to the state attorney's office.
Officer Northway says it could be almost 8 weeks before toxicology results become available. Animal rights activists are outraged after a 45-year ban is lifted. That ban protected our furry, floppy-eared friends during the Easter holiday. Details on that after the break.